One thing I've learned from 20 years of coaching relationships is that a lot of women aren't confused because the man is confusing. They're confused because they're listening to his words instead of reading his behavior. That's what you have to realize. So I can't hear you because what you are doing is so loud. When you are with a man, you have to be like Helen Keller. You can't hear, you can't see, you can feel. What the heart feels will let you know what he feels. You can't listen to the words. And over the last 20 years, as a relationship coach to men, women, couples, single, married, one thing that I've seen over and over and over is women saying, but he said this, but he said this. And I always have to say to them, he said that, but what did he do? He said he loves you. He said you're the one. But what did he do? He slept with you, then he left you. He told you everything you don't do for him and everything you don't do well enough. Then he broke up with you. Then he came back to you. Then he broke up with you again. Then he came back to you. So he keeps complaining about all that you aren't and all that you're not doing, but yet he's not leaving you for good. He leaves you, gets a break, and then he comes back. Then on the other side, there's women who say, well, he's not romantic enough. He doesn't tell me he loves me enough. He doesn't say that I'm his everything. And he sees him being with me for the rest of our lives. Like he doesn't express his feelings enough. Okay. But what does he do? He gets up, he goes to work, he pays all the bills. He's home right after work. You know where he works at, you know where y'all live at. The exact amount of time that it takes to get from his job to get to his house, if y'all don't live together, or to get to y'all house if you live together, he's there. He's there every night. His phone is down. It's face up. You know the password. He's screaming that he loves you. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm preaching to myself. Let me send my wife some flowers. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Had to order my wife some flowers. I'm supposed to do it every Monday, and I forgot this week. So had to go and get that done. And this is what I need you to understand. A man's actions is going to show you. So just like what I just did, and that was a very real thing, was not planned, is not staged for the video. It's just something that I try to do every Monday if I got the money to do it. Wish I could do bigger and better, because some of the flowers that women get on TikTok is absolutely insane. I'm just not at that place yet where I can order 100 roses every week. very expensive. We will show our woman. So they're gonna deliver that to the house today and text my wife when they get delivered. When she get those flowers, the flowers from last week still living, it's gonna say to her, he's thinking about me. I don't have to tell her that I'm thinking about her. When them flowers arrive to the house, she's gonna know I'm thinking about her. So this is the thing that I want you to do. If you're a woman listening to this, and if you're a man listening to this, then invert this and get the lesson from a male perspective of what you need to be doing in your relationship. Is I want you to pay attention to his actions, not just his words. It doesn't mean that his words don't matter, because verbal abuse matters. So you really are listening to what he's not saying more so than what he is saying. Now, if a man is verbally abusing you, but then physically loving you, that's still abuse, because the verbal abuse cancels out the physical love. And what I mean by physical love, I mean having sex with you, buying you flowers, buying you gifts, being in your presence, but yet telling you that you're not enough. You're not this, you're not that, you're not fit enough, you're not fit as other women, you're not pretty as other women, you don't take care of yourself as well as other women do, you don't cook as good as his mom or other women, you're not as good in bed and good at sex as other women that he's been with. All of those things is just gaslighting, verbal abuse. So if he's doing that, it doesn't matter what else he does. And one of the things that women do wrong is you cancel out all the bad when he does a little bit of good. And you can't do that. The bad has to count times 3. And the good count times 1. And I know it sounds unfair to us as men, but we need that. Because one thing about men is we will get complacent and we will take advantage. We will get over. We conquer land. We take what is not ours. We believe in enlarging our territory. We will invade your land and we will conquer your land and we will claim it as our own. You've seen that in history over and over again. And those attacks were led by men. They were authorized by men and led by men, carried out by men. That is the nature of man. Men have been doing that since the beginning of time without any instruction. That is the nature of men. So what you have to understand as a woman is you cannot give us more. You can't give us more than we have earned. As a man, we know that it is of the essence that we earn a woman's heart. We know that we don't get anything unless we earn it. We know that. We know that we have to work. We expect to work. Now, here's the thing. We will ask. A man will ask for what he wants. Don't ignore it. As long as he is giving what you need, when he asks for what he needs, if it's not asking you to compromise your self-worth and your self-respect, then you best give it. You best reciprocate. Because one thing that will make you lose a man, that will make you get cheated on if he doesn't just want to leave, is if he's giving and he's not receiving. If he is giving and he's asking and there's no reciprocation, for example, if he's going out and he's earning the majority of the money and he's paying the majority of the bills, and he says, hey, can you cook a meal? And you're the cook of the house. You cook better than him. And you say, no, I'm not cooking. I don't feel like cooking. I worked too. I don't feel like cooking. But you worked in the air condition. You worked sitting in a chair with cushion. He worked, but he worked in the elements, the hot sun or the cold snow, and no cushion. Your job is low to no labor, physical labor. His job is high to heavy manual labor. You both earn money, but the way you do it is completely different. His job is far more taxing and it's far harder. So if he says, can you cook a meal? He has exerted more in that day than you have. So if you say no, there's only so many times you're going to say no that you're going to have a man. And so I want you to understand that while you are observing actions, make sure that you're reciprocating the actions, the good and healthy actions, and don't overlook it. Don't ignore it. Pay attention to everything and match what he does in your way. So if he is loving you, listening to you, providing for you, and y'all are married, and he asks you to make love, and you say no, but yet because you're tired or you don't feel like it or you're not in the mood, but yet he gets up and goes to work when he's not in the mood. He's faithful when he has every reason to cheat. He's faithful when every other man is cheating. And you say no because you don't feel like it. You're going to lose your man. Whether you lose him to infidelity or whether you lose him to divorce, you're going to lose him. So I also want you to understand that while you're assessing actions, never get comfortable and complacent in your position. Never think that your position of privilege, your position of being placed on a pedestal above other women gives you the authorization to sit on your hands. Never think that. Never feel that way. And so this what I'm gonna tell you, that's a trick that I've been seeing of the adversary, where men are giving all of the actions. Like it's a lot of men that's going to work, busting their butt, providing, coming right home, maybe coming home to a hot meal. And then the woman isn't providing intimacy. And the woman says, hey, I cooked, I cleaned. Some women even go to work, cook and clean. And so she says, hey, I'm giving, like I've given a lot. But what she didn't realize is she didn't give intimacy. And that's what that man needs to feel closeness. She may feel closeness because he comes home on time. He's home every night. He's not cheating. His phone is up. She has the passcode. So she may feel full. She may feel fulfilled. She may feel closeness, and she may not need physical intercourse and intimacy, their needs are different. So he feels unseen. He feels neglected. He feels unwanted. But she feels fine. They may even watch a movie together, may even hang out together. And these are the conversations, me being a relationship coach, these are conversations that I've had with my wife, and we understand the difference between men and women. And we had to come to terms on that. We had to acknowledge that. So anything that she needs, I provide. Anything that I need, she provides. So if I say, babe, I need me some intimacy, she said, okay. It's a understanding that we're different. We know we're different. And that's what you have to realize is you can't get complacent. Recognize the actions and see what he's telling you. And what I want you to understand, is you're going to have two different things going on. A man is going to be working for intimacy. We provide, we listen, we touch, we caress, we get close because we want to be intimate. We want to help you be comfortable. We want you to feel seen, to feel heard, to feel loved. We want you to be in the mood, in the mindset for intimacy, because that does unlock our life. When we have that release, it's like an explosion. It's like power. It's like the world opens. It's like a spontaneous combustion. It's like universes collide. Like life, that's a life force. When a man has that release, that's life coming out of him. That who are you come out of a man. Do you realize that? Your head, your brain, your nose, your eyes, the breath you're breathing, you come out of the loins of a man and fertilized the loins of a woman, if that's a thing. And then life was formed. And that's what you have to realize. And once you get to that place, then you start to listen. I told my wife one time, I said, baby, hey, we might need to make love in the morning, because after that love, I get creative. That wake me up. I get creative. I know some men might go to sleep. Man, I could write a whole book. And so you have to learn each other. And I'm going to tell you something. Our actions will always tell you what we're feeling. So if you see a man who he's not saying a lot of like affirmations, and he's not buying flowers, he's not showing a lot, and he's just there, that's a man who is either stressed and overworked, or his needs aren't being met. So you got to look deeper. You got to look within, and you got to find out which one is it. And it won't be hard, because if you sit down and you just kind of take score in your mind and you ask yourself, okay, what is he doing for me? And what is he doing for our household? What is he doing for our family or his family? Like, what is he doing? What does he have going on? And you just kind of take a count. And then you ask yourself, okay, what am I doing for him? And is what I'm doing what I want to do and what feels comfortable for me, or my love language and how I love to love? Or is it his love language and I'm giving what he needs? So you may look and you may say, man, he needs sex almost every day, but I'm giving hot meals. So he's unfulfilled. Or you may say, I'm giving sex and good sex, but I'm calling him out of his name and I'm being condescending and disrespectful. I'm humiliating him and belittling him in front of other people or in general, even if it's behind closed doors, just you and him. So you giving one thing and then you taking the other thing back. So whenever you see a man is quiet, he's distant, or the opposite end of the spectrum, he's snappy, he's rude, look within. Look deeper, not within. Look within him. Look deeper. Really scan and scope. See what's going on. Like, if I'm in my head, my wife immediately, what's wrong with you? I'm like, man, I can't be in my head. Like, man, I can't think. Like, man, I can't do me. Like, my God, give me some time. Can I feel? Like, can I feel without you jumping on top of my feelings? And she be right on it. But here's the thing. Don't ask that question if you don't want to hear the answer. So what I recommend is when you sense it, take inventory. So sometimes what my wife would do, and she learned this, and unfair advantage, she lived with a relationship coach. She'll see something going on. And she'll come and say, hey, you want to have sex right now? Or hey, you want to make love? I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. Because see, for a man, that's healing. As a woman, you might not understand that. As a woman, you might be like, what? Y'all is, y'all simple. Oh my goodness, y'all so, what? So you around here pouting because you need a or album? Really? Grow up, get a life. But that's the difference between men and women. And so it's a difference. And she just was reading like, okay, it may be some frustration, it may be some stress, it may be some worry, it may be some whatever. Let me take his mind off of it, because me doing this with him may be equivalent to her going to get her hands and feet done, get a facial, get a massage, maybe the equivalent to that. She might not need that, might not want that. Heard a woman on a little thing, a little video clip telling the man that intercourse for a lot of women don't do nothing for them, and it's like rubbing a man's knee. And she like, what it feel like if I rub your knee? Nah, it still feel good. You rub that knee now, because it's love, it's touch, it's physical touch. But ain't gonna be no release from it. But so that's what she, compared it to. And I was like, man, that's interesting, And I don't have that experience, with my wife to my knowledge, and it's just because we've been together for 20 years. And I think that when your hearts are conjoined, your minds are conjoined, when you're together, I think a lot of people speak from what it feels like when you're with somebody that you're not in love with, when you're with a one night stand, when you're with a boyfriend, but when you are conjoined and you together, like you have that release at the same time. And when you know your partner and you know their body, I think that changes a lot. When a woman feels safe, when she feels loved, when she feels, and she connected to that man, I think that changes a lot. And so I think a lot of people that be talking be whores, and they be speaking from their experiences of being in a situation with a man who he just not built for it. It's just not him. What he does, thing is not the size it need to be. He don't know what he doing. And I think that's one thing that a lot of women don't realize when they say, oh, 70-80% of women don't have a release. It's because a lot of men can't even go that long to get her body to where it need to be. And so it's a lot of nuances in there, and we just kind of paint it, with this broad stroke and make all these assessments and stuff. And so you got to know you, and you got to know your partner, and you got to be able to read their emotions, and you got to have a set of responses for each other, the man and the woman. This ain't just the woman doing it. It's the same thing. Like if I see my wife and she being quiet, for her being quiet, it might be something she thinking about. It might be some help that she needs that she's not asking for. So then I'll take in, oh, let me go get these groceries, or let me go pick this up, or let me go pick that up, or let me do this. Or it might be a conversation she need to have. She might need to just be seen. She might need to be touched. So I'll go up to her if she being quiet or whatever, and I'll just massage her shoulders for a few minutes. Just massage her shoulders, just releasing that tension, because she may be cleaning or cooking and feeling like overworked or overstimulated, or feeling like she giving, doing, and she not being appreciated. It could be anything. So I read that. And then that also may lead me to buying some flowers or just a for nothing gift, because that does something for a woman. I don't want a for nothing gift. My wife love a for nothing gift. Like I can't put the words to how it lights her up and how it makes her feel, but she love a for nothing gift. I don't want a gift. I want me some of that. And so you have to realize and understand that difference. And what I want to leave you with, to the women watching this, what I want to leave you with is, don't ignore his actions. Make sure that his actions are speaking louder to you than anything else. Make sure you are assessing his actions. You don't have to assess them with him. You don't have to share them with him. You don't even have to talk to him about it. You can assess it and you can respond accordingly, and do what you can do. Work your little stuff. And if that's not good enough, then you dig a little deeper and you get to the bottom of it and you see what's going on. And if his actions are saying he hates himself, or he hates you, or he hates love, or he hates relationships, or he doesn't respect you, or he doesn't want to be with you, hear him. If his actions are saying that, listen and get that, understand that. Don't ignore that. Don't overlook that. So, hey, this Tony Gaskins. All the important links are in the description. Make sure you check them out. If you are an intentional single, make sure you join the Destiny app. It is free to join and to use. We have pro features on there, but you don't need those if it's not for you. We building it up. More and more single men are joining by the day. If you a single man, or you know single men, send them the destinyapp.com. Tell them the best women are on there, and this is where the most intentional men go. This Tony Gaskins. God bless you. Also, I got to log into inbox at tonygaskins.com. Send your stories there, stuff you dealing with, going through. I'm gonna check that here as soon as I can, and we're gonna also be doing some talks with Tony. God bless you. We'll talk soon.